Truth is stranger than fiction.
Let's go on an adventure. Hello and welcome to Capricious Conversations, and thank you for joining us today. Welcome back, Dad and Sarah. Today we are going to introduce a new game to you, and it is exactly what we have said in the teaser. Truth is stranger than fiction. Now this is a game in which the Trivia Master has procured a whole bunch of facts and has also made up a whole bunch of things.
That's true.
And has woven them into a story form. And we are going to have to decide which parts of the story are true and which parts of the story are false. So why don't you explain to us the point?
All right, so this is how it's going to work. I'm going to read this story, and it's up to them to pull out the true facts and the lies. So they can say either while I'm reading, that's true or that's a lie. And for every one they get correct, they get a point. If I sneak one past them, if they don't say anything, then I get the points. Or if they get it wrong, I get a point. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
So if I'm reading and you say something is a lie but it's actually true, I get the point. Okay?
And then if you say something and we don't.
And you don't say anything at all if I sneak it past you. Okay. Because you're looking for the you're looking for what is verifiable here. Mm-hmm. So reputable.
We're also looking
truth,
for what's
honest,
not true.
Right.
Also looking for what's not true.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So if I were to read out a small thing like this, so say it was once thought that church ringing bells would drive away thunderstorms. In fact, this belief was so widespread that across Europe in the 15th century, anytime that there was a thunderstorm, the bell ringers would go into action.
True.
I'm sorry?
Would I say true right there?
Yeah,
true.
You could say true right there. Is that okay? Actually, that's a lie.
Okay.
Yeah. However, there was a general belief. It didn't happen all over Europe, but until the 18th century, and especially in France, between 1753 and 1786, lightning struck 386 church towers and killed 103 bell ringers.
I think that's a lie.
Okay, you're going to say that's a lie?
Yeah.
It's actually true.
Wow.
It's absolutely true. 386 churches, 103 bell ringers. To make matters worse, at the time, gunpowder was stored in some churches because it was thought that churches were the safest place. So Chartres Cathedral, the famous cathedral.
So that's true.
That is true. Very
Okay.
good. So you get a point for that one. Chartres Cathedral was almost blown up in 1528 due to a terrible thunderstorm when lightning struck the top spire and made it all the way down. You gonna say that's a lie? Well, that is correct. That is a lie.
Okay.
So that's how the game works.
Okay.
Can you give
All right.
a little pause after each sentence to let us
I can,
know?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's kind of like true, false.
Or do we need to raise our hand?
You can raise your hand.
Okay, all right, we'll raise our hand. We'll be all
right.
proper about it. And just interrupts, I apologize ahead of time. I have a clicky pen again, and I'm going to try and control myself, but I make no promises.
I'm going to click her. If
You're
she
just
clicks
going to hear it. You're
No,
totally going to hear it.
Click it. Sorry.
All right, are you ready? This
Should've
next one
prepared another
is
pen.
England themed.
Okay,
Right.
and
Are
this
you
one
ready?
is for proper points. That last one was for proper points.
This is for proper points. All right. At the age of 5, one of my favorite British panel show guests, David Mitchell, wrote a letter to the TV program Play School that was aired on BBC 2, I think, suggesting ways the BBC could solve its union problems.
True.
Absolutely true.
Yeah,
That's
David
absolutely
Mitchell
true.
is intense.
He wrote it because the show's clock stopped going around during the show because of a union dispute. And he was so upset about that he actually wrote this letter. Yes?
True.
That is true.
Okay.
It's true. He got a reply along with a BBC balloon, which he still has. He has framed it, and he's very proud of it.
Lie.
Okay, you gonna say lie? You
True.
gonna say- Okay, well, he does have the balloon, but it is not framed.
Oh, okay. I think we'll split
So,
those points
yeah, we'll
then.
split those points. All right. BBC is very proud of showing American movies. One of the most often requested movies is the movie Spaceballs. Yes?
False.
Actually, that's true. And at least 3 of those times, it's been requested by Queen Elizabeth herself.
So he gets a point, right?
False.
False?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is false.
Okay. He only gets it if we don't call it.
However, whether it is a favorite of hers or not, she's seen it at least 12 times. Yes.
True.
True. It has been shown at Buckingham Palace at least 12 times, and the Queen has been there. The BBC.
That is really funny.
Isn't that crazy? I know, right? Spaceballs. They've gone plaid. Maybe that's why she likes it.
Could be.
The BBC, for a while in the 50s, was so notorious for censorship that at one time it banned jokes about chambermaids. Yes?
True.
True. Lavatories. Yes.
False.
True.
Oh, snap.
Fig leaves. So I get a point. You're not marking my points at all.
I know, I told you.
Okay, so you said only if you sneak it by us, but if
No,
we
if
get
you
it
Well,
also
if
wrong,
they get it
and
wrong,
it's
I get
Oh,
the point.
no,
yeah.
I did not. I was not
So I
clear on
think he
that
has,
point.
like,
Did you see this travesty o' justice internet? Okay, where were we at? Fig leaves. They banned jokes about fig leaves, honeymoon couples, lodgers.
True.
True. Weddings, solicitors, effeminacy in men, the Boer War, and vulgar uses of the word basket.
I feel like those are all true, except for the Boer War. I'm gonna say that one's a
Okay,
lie.
you're gonna say the Boer War was a lie? Well, it's actually true. Yes.
Oh, I think that was, I already missed it. That's okay. I was gonna say it was false, but.
Were the rest of them true?
The rest of them were absolutely
All of them are
true.
true.
They were all true.
Okay.
Can you believe it? All right. BBC famously every day airs the ringing of Big Ben at 12 o'clock. So if you are standing below Big Ben while holding a radio tuned to BBC4, you can actually hear Big Ben being struck on the radio before you hear the actual Big Ben sound.
True.
False.
Okay, so you're going to say false?
I'm gonna say true.
It's actually true.
How is that happening?
Because BBC airs a recording of Big Ben.
Oh,
Actually
you're
played
good.
Big
You're
Ben.
good. Okay.
Right?
That's cheeky.
They
Cheeky
used to
BBC.
they used to explain it by saying that radio transmissions travel at the speed of light, while the ringing only travels at the speed of sound.
What?
So that you would technically hear it from the BBC. Yes,
That's false.
that's actually true.
Oh my God.
That was the explanation that they gave. You
Okay.
can actually because the radio transmission traveled at the speed of light, but the bells only traveled at the speed of sound. So you could hear it through the radio before you actually heard
That's the
it.
most ridiculous explanation.
Right?
Okay.
So, as strange as England is, of course, it's spread things to its colonies all over the world.
True.
And yes, that's very
I'm
true.
thinking it was a
In particular, Australia has a lot of leftover laws from British rule. So, for instance, they drive. Yes,
True.
that is true.
Okay.
They drive on the left side of the road.
True.
Yes, that's true. Their postal codes are the same as British postal codes. Yes.
False.
That is false. Good
Well
job.
done.
Well done. But there are some things that Australia totally doesn't want to have to do with anything. So any mention of Australia's being founded as a penal colony is banned in Australia.
True.
Actually, that's false.
Really?
That's false. And by law, all globes in Australia are ordered to be displayed upside down. Yes.
True.
False. Did I get that in before you said it? Because I really felt like that.
Yeah, okay, you can have
Okay.
that point. All right, very good. That was the first one.
Kind of tricky.
Okay, as the
Kinda
points
tricky.
stand right now, Sarah has 5, Dad has 6, and I have 8.
Christina has 8.
I
Wow.
think you have 9 because you gave yourself
Oh,
a point
sure
there,
did.
and then
You crossed a 6. Wow.
It's been a long day.
All right, are we ready for the next one? This one is themed around inventors
Ooh,
and
okay.
scientists.
This could be a lot more
Okay,
tricky.
all right, are you ready? Ben Franklin actually still holds the record for the most patents by a single person in U.S. history. Yes.
True.
False.
you didn't give me a chance to answer. I was gonna say false.
We'll give her half a penny point for that
No,
one.
I don't
okay?
want to.
I don't want it. Yeah, he's actually he's not. He actually doesn't have the most patents in history. That belongs to a man from Pennsylvania who has over 2,000 patents, mostly for ridiculous items. Yes,
True.
that is true. I don't have the man's name, but Ben Franklin was interesting in many, many other ways. He was an inveterate letter writer. He wrote letters all the time. He had many, many pen pals. Yes.
True.
Absolutely true. And believe it or not, Ben Franklin actually coined the term "live long and prosper." It's how he would sign off on his letters.
False.
You say false?
I say true.
It is false.
Dang it.
It is false. John Harvey Kellogg and W.K. Kellogg, who are actually no relation, yes,
True.
that is not true. They're brothers.
Really?
Yeah, they're totally brothers. But they did invent cornflakes. They were the inventor of cornflakes.
True.
That is true.
Yes.
But the reason they invented cornflakes was because they founded a medical facility in Battle Creek, Michigan, called the Battle Creek Sanitarium in the late 1800s. Yes.
True.
That is true. And their belief was that diet, more than anything else, influences your health. And so they were like, they were figuring out ways to try and make the body its optimum. So they invented cornflakes. That was one of the things they came up with. Yes.
False.
That is actually true. That is actually true. You were going to say true? Okay, you
But
get the point
I don't
for
want
that
the
one.
pity point.
You get the point.
No, it's not a pity point.
Okay.
You
It's not a
actually get
pity
for that.
point because he didn't ask.
So that is true. And they
But
were
you would
actually
think you
very, very famous for this. Lots of people came to their sanitarium, including Amelia Earhart.
I'll
Yes.
say that's
True.
false.
It is true.
Okay.
Mary Todd Lincoln.
False.
Yes.
True.
No, that's true.
What?
Yeah. Henry Ford, Marilyn Monroe, and James Dean.
True.
Okay.
Well,
I'm
to
gonna.
which
Okay.
one?
I'm gonna say Henry Ford. True. No on Marilyn Monroe. No on James Dean.
That's absolutely right.
Okay.
Boom.
Very good. All right. But of course, inventors didn't just invent earth-shattering inventions. For instance, Isaac Newton is credited with inventing the game of hopscotch.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
True.
That's absolutely false.
I was gonna be like, no kidding.
Okay, anyway, back to speaking of Henry Ford. So when President Woodrow Wilson asked him to run for a seat on the Senate, because Ford was incredibly influential. I mean, not only
True.
did he invent the mass production line where everybody did a single job. Yes.
True.
That is absolutely true. And he sped up the rate of production in the United States so much. So much so that it became so cheap for him to produce that the Model T was the cheapest car in the country for 26 years running.
False.
You say false?
True.
It is false.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like a long time.
Yeah. It actually was 24 years though.
No kidding.
Believe it or not, the Model T was the Model T and the Model A because of his manufacturing processes. Anyway, so Woodrow Wilson asked him to run for Senate, and Henry Ford responded with a letter that read, "If they want to elect me, let them do so, but I won't spend a penny to make it happen."
True.
True.
It's absolutely true. Yeah. Needless to say, he lost the election. Yeah, he didn't make it. Yeah.
True.
I gave you a point for that.
Yeah, that's just fun for that. But an inventor who did turn into a politician was Samuel Morse, the inventor of Morse code.
True.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. He
I
created-
mean, no, but you said to say the truth and the lie,
That's
so we're just calling everything.
yeah, he actually he created the telegraph. He actually created the first braided telegraph line. He, yeah,
True.
no, that's totally false.
True.
Totally false. But he did come up with how far you have to space the poles apart to get the maximum. Yes.
True.
False. Sarah says false. To get the maximum lift out of a wire, and he's also credited with creating the first high-strength wire trestle. Yes.
True.
False.
False.
Dang it.
Yeah. But he was also a jerk. So he did run for office. He ran for mayor of New York, and his slogan was, believe it or not, "No immigrants, no Catholics."
True.
False.
True. It's absolutely true. Can you believe it? Worse than that, he won the election that year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's totally false.
Ah,
Got
thank
blown by
you.
someone.
Oh,
Okay.
man, Sarah was like almost on it.
Yes, almost was. Okay.
Oh.
Getting on to modern inventors, you guys know who Alexei Pajitnov is? Have you heard that? You not heard that name? A very famous name. How about this? Have you ever heard of Tetris?
Yes.
Yes.
Alexei Pajitnov was the inventor of Tetris.
True.
True.
Yeah, it is true.
Okay.
Actually. He invented it in 1984, but because he lived in the Soviet Union at the time, he couldn't copyright it.
False.
True.
True, absolutely true. He had to cede all his rights to the government, and the Soviet government has made more than $1 billion off the
wow.
licensing of Tetris.
False.
Is it false?
True.
True.
What?
Believe it or not, they have made more than $1 billion off the
That's
licensing
outrageous.
of Tetris. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, he did eventually start to receive royalties in the 90s, but the Tetris theme song is still in the public domain. Yeah.
I'm gonna say true.
About which part?
That he started to receive royalties in the 90s.
Okay. Yeah,
And I'm gonna say
yeah.
true about the public domain.
They're true on both counts,
Okay.
actually. It's still in the public domain, so he doesn't get any money anytime somebody plays the Tetris theme song. Ironically, the same as the guy. So one of the most famous games of all time is Duck Hunt. Yes.
True.
Not true.
Okay.
Actually, but but the theme song for Tetris is, or not Tetris, Duck Hunt is also public domain. They forgot to register it when they registered the game.
True. False.
True. It's
Dang it.
absolutely true. Amongst other ones they didn't do was the Legend of Zelda theme song and the infamous E.T. theme song. For some reason,
False.
for the video game.
Oh. For
Yeah, we're talking about for
True.
video games now. Yeah.
Yeah, the true.
Okay. Yeah, both of those are false. Totally false.
Oh, come on. I said false the first time.
Yeah, but then I lured you in.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Well, there we go. That was the end of the Inventors one. How
Well,
we,
that is actually going to
how are
have
we
to be
doing?
the end of the game because we have run out of time. If you have more fun facts
I have
like
more
this,
facts.
I will post his Twitter in the description. Tweet this dude with facts, and you may see it on another
That's right.
Truth is Stranger Than Fiction.
Like the fact that Elvis impersonators account for more tax revenue than Elvis ever did.
True.
False.
False.
Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and thank you for sharing this video with all your friends. Let's go on an adventure.